In this session we have creating new views within ARCHIBUS Web Central using the view definition wizard and then publishing them for your users. Shivangi Agarwal, our new technical support engineer, who I've hopefully already spoken to before, and Steve Stedman, our sales and account manager, are doing this one.
Hello everyone, it's Steve here and Shivangi. So, welcome to the second session. We'll be talking about creating new views within ARCHIBUS Web Central and using the view definition wizard and then publishing them for your users. So a quick introduction to the view definition wizard. Creating views for reporting in ARCHIBUS allows you to own your own data. So data can show figures and charts, certain problem types. These will be relevant to exactly what you need at any moment, whether that be a building, a campus, the problem type itself, and whatever other restrictions you need apply. This allows you to report and present problems so that they may be solved or prevented, making the building more cost efficient as a whole. I'm sure a lot of facilities management teams and craft members know problems that never seem to get resolved but often have work orders on them. So basically by creating views for these, you can make reports and then these issues can be validated. So not only does this help in presenting cases, i.e. for funding, for example, say you may have a boiler constantly breaking down, you've got work orders to fix it every 2 months or so, you can get a chart that would show this, reflect this, and you can get funding for a new boiler, and that way you get more out of your ARCHIBUS system. So some users may find that a view shipped within ARCHIBUS Web Central does not quite meet their needs and may like to change the fields that display, set restrictions, or make any other changes. Similarly, they might find that they need to create their own views to meet the particular needs of their job role. So if a user has the proper security permissions with the view definition wizard, that security role is the system admin access. They can edit and create views using the view definition wizard. So the following views can be created by a user. The first being interactive reports, which leads into a standard report, a drill down to a report, and a two-level drill down to a report. Next is paginated reports. These create reports with one data band, reports with one parent band and one child band, report with two parent bands and one child band, report with highlighted drawings, and a report with thematically highlighted drawings. The next is summary reports or charts. With a standard summary report, a drill down to a summary report, a summary chart in 2D, a summary chart, and drill down to a chart. And the next is edit forms. So you can select edit form, you can console filtering a select list and its edit form, there's drill down to a select list and its edit form, and two-level drill down to a select list with a pop-up edit form. So the topics that Shivangi will be covering in a bit more detail for now is the view definition wizard as a whole, steps to publish a simple report, and the types of reports and views.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining the webinar. I'm Shivangi. During this presentation, I intend to cover following things: view definition wizard, steps to publish a simple report, and types of reports and views. So view definition wizard. What is view definition wizard? It walks you through the process of defining new views. The view definition wizard also creates new views that are in 2.0 format, which uses a single frame divided in a layout. You might find that the view shipped with ARCHIBUS Web Central does not quite meet your needs and you'd like to change the fields that display, or like to set new restrictions or make any other further changes. Similarly, you might find that you need to create your own views to meet the particular needs of your site or building. If you have the proper security permissions, you can create new views and edit them later by using the view definition wizard. So, the view definition wizard helps in creating the following types of views and edit forms: an interactive report, which is a simple report, a paginated report, a summary report or a chart, an edit form, a column report, and finally a URL view. Let me start with simple report creation. So let's see how to create a simple report. I'm going to create a simple interactive report here by using these 6 or 7 steps. So there are following steps to create a report. On the Process Navigator, open the View Definition wizard at System Administration, Add-in Manager, Run View Definition wizard. Here, the wizard walks you through these major steps. Step 1. Select the type of view. You can choose from the list the different types of views like an interactive report, a paginated report, a summary report, an edit form, a column report, or a URL view. To keep it simple, I will select the first option as an interactive report and then continue to select pattern. Now here, we'll select the view pattern. Based on the type of view you selected in step 1, the wizard will present you with the options for this type of view. Each option has a diagram that shows the basic layout of the view. So here for simple interactive report, we will choose the first pattern, that is our report, and then select Continue to select data. Now further here, in step 3, select data, we will choose the data which we want to show in the view. Suppose I choose building as a data which I want to display in my view. So the building has a building code as BL, and as soon as I enter it in table name, it will pop up with all the list with BL, and which gives me an option to select BL for buildings. You may wish to choose any other data as well depending upon the view you wish to create. After that, select Next. So now here we define set characteristics in step 4. Here you may wish to give the title to the view you want to create in view title taskbar, and then select fields for building. So we have to select some fields here, which is a restricted option, that is the mandatory option to select some fields from building table or any other table which you have chosen in step 3. Like here I select building ID, city ID, name and site ID, which gives me the building code, city code, building name and site code. So in this step you set properties of the view. For example, the image shows a view that presents table. For table, you can choose the button to set the fields, that the view displays the order in which it displays records. For further, you can set the sort order to ascending or descending, add any standards, or set further restrictions, and then continue to preview. Here you can see the display view button, which will display the preview of the data which we selected earlier in step 3 and step 4. We use the display view button to launch your view. If the settings are correct, proceed to the next step and save it under a unique name. Or users who wish to directly manipulate the .axvw file can do so by checking the Enable Advanced Editing feature down at the right, and then continue to save. Now, once you save at step 5, you come to step 6, save your view. When you are satisfied with the appearance of your view, you can save it to an .axvw file of your choice. First, specify the application and process or role to which you want to create the view for. Then enter the name of the .axvw file to which you want to save the view. Be sure to include the .axvw file extension. So here I save the view for application as AB Building Ops on Demand Work and process as business process owner. Please note, you may wish to save the view to home page or dashboard depending upon the application or process or role you have selected, and also the security permissions user has got for that specific role or as a user. Once this is done, save view file. The file will save to a particular location, that is schema, inside which we have per site folder under user's name, with the name you have given to the view file as .axvw extension. Once we are satisfied with the above settings, we can publish the view. It will also save the preview files in preview folder under the same location, schema, per site, usernames, and preview folder. Now, as you can see, the AXVW file has been successfully saved to the location. We can publish the view further. So here, connect your view to the Process Navigator or home page or your favorites. From the View Definition Wizard, you can define a task on the Process Navigator and connect your view to this task. The View Definition Wizard displays the task for the processes or role and application defined in step 6. So you can see all the application and process or role which were assigned to that particular user will be displayed here. For example, if you choose to save your view to the building operations application and role to business process owner role, the View Definition Wizard displays the current task for this role listed according to their display order. As you can see, the last column display order 50, 100, 280, which shows you the display order in which you want to display your view. You can add new view as per your choice in the display order you want to. So here, locate the task beneath which you want the new task to appear on the Process Navigator. Choose Add New on the left and give task title as Building Details, or you may wish to give any other name to this task which will appear on under your process which you have selected earlier. If you wish the view to appear on your My Favorite list, select Yes from the list in the Add to My Favorites column. Choose the Save button and the wizard creates the record defining the task. From the Process Navigator, we can load the new task and verify your new view. So, to load a new view, go to Building Operations, as I selected the application as Building Operations on Demand Work. So it will sit in underneath Building Operations on Demand Work, and the process was Building Process Owner. So as you can see, it's sitting around Building Operations on Demand Work, Business Process Owner, and Building Details. That was the task name which I gave earlier. And it will display the complete view which we earlier showed in preview. The column names you can see as building name, account description, address, whatever you wish to. So it will display all the fields we selected earlier here. You may also wish to create these views in Page Navigator or in Favorites or in Dashboard, etc., depending upon, again, on your role and process permissions. Now I will show you other different types of reports which can be created. One, an interactive two-level drill-down report. Second, an edit form report. And the last, a chart report. For example, you want to see equipment list by building and floor. You can use two-level drill-down report. Depending upon the pattern, it will generate the report. So for two-level drill-down report, I will select the last pattern. And as you can see here, one table data will further drill down to another table records. So when I want a data for all equipments here. So my first table will have building data. Another table will consist data from floors. You can put any restrictions or sort order here. And then once you select the particular building, suppose Singularity Research Lab, and accordingly floors will come for this particular building. For the selection of floors, suppose floor code 01 will give you all the equipments sitting on this floor on a particular building which you have selected earlier. To create this report, again, we have chosen this select pattern. Sorry. So this again I've saved as in building operations on demand work, building process owner, and the report was saved as two-level drill down equipment report. Again, you may wish to choose to save it to another Process Navigator or your home page or your dashboard. Another report is two-level drill down report with a pop-up edit form. So as you can see here, having different pattern as the last one, a two-level drill down report to a select list with a pop-up edit form. Once this report is created and published, I have chosen it to sit at building operations, on-demand work, business process owner as two-level drill down edit room data. You may wish to choose to another location, as I have earlier said again for another reports. So when I choose particular building, it will give me floor of that building and then again further rooms of that building. And this will give, if I click any of the room data, it will edit room data. It will come up with a pop-up in which you can edit the records at the room. So same here, it is sitting at building operations, on-demand work, business process owner as two-level drill down edit room data. Once you click the particular building, floors will come up, and as you select the floor, rooms will pop up, and as you select the rooms, you can edit the further room record here. Suppose I want to change chargeable cost here, I can edit and save it to my view for future reference. Next, moving on to drill down chart report. That is the last report which I'm going to show you today. So here, to create this chart, you have to choose a pattern, the last pattern, or drill down to a chart. Once created and published, it can be viewed from building operations, on-demand work, business process owner, drill down chart. Here, as you can see, the chart has been created based on building and problem type. For instance, you can see the problems for plumbing or electrical issues in different colors here. So plumbing is in purple and electrical problems are in blue color, which specify how many building issues and electrical issues we have in a particular building. Hope you understand the charts which I have shown here, and for further details we will show you more in our next webinar. To summarize here, we have discussed what is view definition wizard and how it benefits us when we create different views under different roles and users with different security permissions. I've also shown you how to create a simple report and the types of views which can be created and will be very helpful for the different roles like craftspersons or administrators, etc. Thank you for listening me. This is the end of our session 2. We hope you have enjoyed the session today. Now I give over to Steve for you.
Yeah, thank you very much for listening in there. Just to summarise again over the what I said at the beginning is this is mostly about owning your own data. So I'm sure many of you have been asked for a report at some point with not much more detail than that. So you can come back to them with several versions of several different reports covering several different things depending on who's asking, what they need, where they need it, and how they'd like to view it. Obviously, this is just a kind of snapshot of View Definition Wizard. And we'll go into a lot more detail in July. So yeah, the session presented today gives you all a sort of taste of the types of topics that we'll be covering during Edge Build. That's the 5th and 6th of July at Indigo 11 at Wokingham. The price of this is £660 per person, but as mentioned before, on the completion of the feedback of this webinar, you can receive a discount. So this training will be focusing on enabling customers' core users to build their knowledge of the ARCHIBUS implementations. So if the topics we are covering today are something relevant to you, and you may require further training in, and may benefit from doing so in a networking fashion, then please contact edgenews@mass-plc.com or give us a ring on 01189 778 560. That's been the second session, and coming up next, I believe, is managing ARCHIBUS users and controlling what they can see using a virtual private ARCHIBUS, and managing roles and processes. That's at 3 o'clock. So we've just got some time for any questions. And also, I think some of you may have had problems hearing about at the beginning. If that's the case, we have recorded these as well, and they'll be put up online, so you can always refer back to them. Okay, so does anyone have any questions? How easy is it to remove views?
Right. How easy is it to remove views? It's actually very easy to remove views. The administration area where you can use Add-in Manager to manage views and processes within your ARCHIBUS system. It's in fact very easy to then use that to add or remove views that you've either created yourself, or in fact you can add or remove them from even standard views from standard processes that exist within ARCHIBUS. Are there any more questions?
Yeah, well, I don't think we have any more questions. If there is anything else, also remember you can bring up the next one as well. Other than that, thank you for joining us this time, and we'll see you at 3 o'clock for the final session.